All right, Matt. Now this is a podcast, so not everyone actually goes and sees the play tent that you have in the background, but you and I are recording this on a Zoom call. It looks like quarantine life is treating you well. You got hair product in, a nice t-shirt. It looks like you've brushed your teeth. You showered. It seems like it's fitting you fairly well right now.
Yeah, well, nap time was about an hour ago, so I was able to have a little time before this to actually get ready, so it worked out. Not to
How?
mention the reason to get ready.
Yeah, no doubt. How weird is it for you to not be playing baseball?
It's different. I think my wife said this was our first Easter together since we met my senior year at Oregon State, and we had the day off, and we spent Easter with her family in Portland. Outside of that, it's either been like, oh, I'll catch you for the morning, and then we'll have a baseball game and you're on the road, or we'll have a baseball game all day long and we'll have a dinner at like 8 o'clock. And so I mean, little things like that are special. Getting to be here with our 2.5-year-old daughter and our 7-month-old son, and actually getting to be a dad fully. I mean, I'm at home more because I'm training at home than I would be even in the off season. You're traveling to so many different coaches around town up in Seattle, trying to fix every facet of your game and get better on it. That this time has been really special. So obviously, what's going on outside our home isn't special, but we're making the most of it, and we're excited about it, and excited about being together as a family.
Matt, that's kind of awesome because not everyone has that perspective on quarantine life and routines that have been completely disrupted. And it sounds like you and Ashley have an awesome relationship because you're also hearing a lot of the stuff and seeing on social media. Hey, the extra time with spouses maybe not the best thing, but you have 2 little ones, so I'm sure she enjoys getting the pair of hands that can help out.
Oh, completely. I mean, I don't know. My daughter is not excited with the routine. She usually is. It's when we get to Detroit, mommy puts her down at night because dad's always playing. But every night she's going, "No, mommy, this is your job. This is your job." Like, I get the short end of the stick on that one. But I mean, it's fun. Just every little facet of just being around our family. And when the season starts, I mean, especially with some of the proposals that are coming out, we may not be around our family a whole lot. Even less than normal. So we're definitely making the most of this.
You mentioned some of those proposals. What's the league saying to you about potentially getting back on the diamond?
Um, you know, uh, it's it's not a whole lot right now. I'm our union rep for the Tigers, and there's a lot of ideas getting kicked around right now. But well, with that, there hasn't been anything concrete. Um, there's a lot of prospective things that I think people are getting excited about. The one thing that is true is that both the union and the league and the owners want to play baseball as soon as possible. No one likes sitting at home, right? No one wants to drag this out. But we want to do it in the right sense that the players are going to be safe, as well as everyone that's going to be necessary to play baseball games in this day and age right now is not going to be taken away from people who are in need. So when that time is right, it will be the right time to play baseball. And we're hoping that's sooner than later. But there's nothing concrete yet, but there's some crazy ideas out there, some exciting ones that would really change things up from the normal baseball season. But that's what you get when we haven't played a game yet mid-May or mid-April. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit, and I think I speak for every baseball fan, every sports fan, cannot wait for things to subside so that we can see you, Matt, on the hill and some of the other teams that we root for. I'm a Mets fan, so full transparency there. I would love to see them figure out a way to get some wins and maybe make it to a postseason at some point. But,
About it.
please do. So believe me, I was jacked when he was leaving the Beavs and ended up on my squad there. But, a lot of folks are using this time to do some good. And this is not even a COVID-19 shelter-in-place initiative that you've been working on. And in fact, you and your wife, Ashley, you guys met at Oregon State. And this is our Good Works Week on the Pac-12 Perspective podcast. And I think what you've done is so damn remarkable. And for those who don't know, Matt and his wife, Ashley, they're helping children in Africa who are at risk for sex slavery. Can you just explain to me, Matt, because that's not an obvious, it's not talked about. I mean, we always talk about cancer research or Alzheimer's research or helping out kids in terms of getting them fed in this country. There's so many other, initiatives that are so publicly discussed. So how do you get involved and realize that you want to be a part of a solution to a topic that's not really talked about?
Yeah. Well, it's really my wife who opened up my eyes to it. We met at Oregon State. She got her degree in political science, and it was at that time that we got married a year out of school. I was a year older than her, so she was still going to school. I mean, as was I at that point. Finishing up, but she was getting done early. I was getting done late, right? But we got engaged, and it was kind of cool that the first job she got was working for this organization called Remember New. She's always had a heart for social justice, and their goal is to end child sex trafficking through prevention. They're in 16 countries, and they have over 100 homes. They're based in Ohio and Portland, stateside wise. And basically, um, she was allowed to work remotely. So I was chasing my dream in the minors. We were a young married couple. She was chasing her dream, working remotely too. And it was through this that my eyes were opened up to this issue of child sex trafficking all over the world, including our own country. And in that, I mean, it was she was fully just all the way in on it, and we always thought, man, it'd be cool. What Remember New is doing is awesome. It'd be cool to start our own nonprofit down the road. Well, through Remember New's guidance, they have this awesome model of what works, right? And finding children who are in need, finding house parents in every country that have a heart for what they want to do, and developing a house and working with governments, and this awesome way of really ending child sex trade through prevention. Um, they Through them, we were able to start our own nonprofit called Kingdom Home. In 2018, when we started, it started out with 36 children, 36 girls. Some were rescued from the sex trade, meaning they were in it. Others were on the prevention side, which there's some crazy statistics that show that, like, if a child is orphaned, or they only have one parent or living with a family member, it's the likelihood of them entering the sex trade to some capacity over their life is well over 70%. So
Oh,
there's a need for it. So basically, we started this nonprofit, and basically what Kingdom Home's mission is to end child sex trafficking through prevention. And basically, children who are in need, they're welcomed into the home. They are given their own bed, 3 meals a day. They're able to go to school. They have a family. They have house parents. They have sisters or brothers. At which point, yeah, talking about brothers, it's grown from 2018 to now, today, it's grown to 4 homes with 156 children, boys and girls now. And it's pretty cool how the Lord is just moving it and growing it very fast. We've just continued to kind of move as we're called in this, and um, it's been remarkable. My wife's the executive director. She's the brain. She's handling all the in-country operations day in and day out, and man, it's what she does is amazing. I had to go. I went over this year for her. Oh, we have a 4-month-old at the time, and she had to stay back with him. So I had a whole list going with our board members and prospective donors and people that want to partner with us, showing them everything and having conversations. And I just got there, and I went, everything that the 12-hour time difference, back home, it's kind of everything's handled on, like, so you send an email, and then the next day they wake up and it's kind of handled like that. Kind of telephone tag and whatnot, being there, so much stuff happens face to face. And I was like, I have such whole new respect for you, for all she does. And she's a saint. The house parents are saints. Everybody that's in there day in and day out, really ministering and serving these children, are just amazing. I mean, they're the true heroes, and it's been cool to see it grow.